ride, smoke, dip in the high. It's looking down like I'm outside. When he start tripping, I wonder why. As soon as he come, he don't have to die. That's for anybody trying to test you with door. We ride, we ride. That's how we do it. If anybody wanna fuck it the way everything got it fucked up.
Your Las Vegas connection for music, news, and fun. 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio.
What up, baby? You are.
Boy, G, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here.
Me and my people.
What up, people? What up, Mace? You excited? There go right there. All eyes on me.
I see some ladies in this bed. Shorty following me. Later on tonight, you know they come and ride with me. Hello. They probably wanna ride with me. From the back, she's in Nevada all the way to Cali. She not knowing where we going, but she asking me to put the key in the ignition. Let's get ready to leave. Let's go.
I like the things you do, when you do what you do. Can I take a ride with you?
And this is how I roll.
I like the things you do, when you do what you do. Can I take a ride with you?
And this is how I roll.
I like the things you do, when you do what you do. Can I take a ride with you?
And this is how I roll.
I like the things you do, when you do what you do. Can I take a ride with you?
And this is how I roll. And my Impala 6'4", in this bitch is so bitches got the tin on the window. Yeah. And you know that you can't see me, you know. And the Chevy kinda heavy, so we ride low. So I ring on my telephone and call my folks. They say it's another party where we about to go. Hold on, wait up, see it real quick. What's up, dog?
Hey, what's going on, little bro? We just over here at the record company finishing up some business. You know you got some little females with you, so you need to come to the booth up, and we can all go to this little party I know about.
What's up? Yeah, check me out, like, it go like this. Roll, then you can roll up in the club, me. And you can stay, then you can lay up in the bed with me. So let's go.
Mommy looking real good, mommy looking real fly. Yo, thick, sexy, let it get hot. Intrigue, why good, what it is, what it was, and the time of the world. Mommy look at me, I look at her, what's good. We can take this outside, that's good. And your man ain't gotta know, keep it on the low for sure, man. You know about the dough. You follow the joke, just let me see back. We can keep it cool, man, mind don't match. Man, yeah, my eyes stay on open. Niggas roll in, you put a Cadillac. I'm thinking about a young nigga, Jack. You get past the strap, we got basic bitch. This is how it is, cause I'm trying to get rich. So the guy on some living, I'm with.
This is how I roll. This is how I roll. And this is how I roll. This is how I roll.
You know I love music. And every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun. But it's something about this joint right here. This joint right here, it makes me want to... Can't let this thing go, don't get away from you. Feel free right now, go do what you want to do. Can't let nobody take it away from you. Take it away. No time for moving around. Are you kidding? And no time for negative vibes. 'Cause I'm winning. It's been a long week. I put in my hardest. Gonna live my life. Feels so good to get it right. So I
He got all the girls shook. My bitch that ass got all the boys shook. $1 bills, and I be popping rubber bands. Almost dance to me while I do my money dance like flexing on the ground like it's a little John, okay. Oh, yo, you never get to get paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Yeah, I know we'll see it ever. So tonight I'm gonna show you. I wanna wait you. I want to hold you. And that's what you do. I'm giving up pain. Oh my God, wanna dance. I'm playing on your measurements. Show shit down on sight. That's right. I hit your baby finesse. It don't make no sense. I hit your baby finesse. You know that you know. I hit your baby finesse. It don't make no sense.
Oh, actress, right up to the inside.
You know that you know. Now slow it down for me, baby. Cause I love the way it feels when we cry, yeah. Our connection's so magnetic, nothing can stop us tonight. What can we do? That's right.
Hey, I was like, so much hard.
That's why I didn't get your call, bro. I was stripping in the darkness. I didn't get my ass up, so I'm actually glad you called. And then you got to step out. It still took me a minute to kind of get my little gather.
You know, I'm a big man, you know, it's hibernation time for me. You know, I'm supposed to be hibernating right now.
It don't make no sense. You know that you know. Dripping in finesse with my baby. You know we got it.
Hey, can we do that shit? We gotta move that closer so we can see something. We can't even read it. We can put that on the camera or something, you know what I'm saying?
Put this on the camera.
Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and you're joining us. What's going on, Eugene? Yes, sir. We in here getting it. That's what vibe I'm on right there. Is that they were uh-oh, sorry.
To accept this call, say yes after the tone. You may not use two-way or three-way calling, or this call will be disconnected.
Here we
You are
go.
connected. Don't be all night long. Won't think this will go until my plane is on. I'm at the front door. I'm listening right along, but I'm gonna be here with my makeup on. It's been a long time since my man been gone, but when he get here, you know I won't be gone. Because I love him, I don't know me and this baby gon' be here all night long. Because I got the black on like a trunk stand. I gon' rock the box stand. I gon' like a trunk stand. I gon' rock the box stand. Mama's gone around what we like to keep it that money. We try to keep it that money. We like to keep the bitch coming. Running round. We try to keep it that money. We like to keep the bitch coming. Good place to see the boy coming. Running. Because they got the black hole like the trust in. The black hole like the trust in. 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 There ain't no hustle. Get that money. Get fusion. Your obsession. Get goals that hide your hope. We get thinking about life that you're taking. Get all the love you forsake. Get in your home. It is on. Keep it fucking. Bring it down. Danger.
Hey.
You're in danger. Our feelings right around. Keep us strong. I don't make the laws. Keep your zone. Niggas on. Keep it fucking. Bring it down. Black hole like the trust in. 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 Flush the gay out. Flush the gay out. Flush the gay out. Gay out, gay out. Run. Flush the gay out. Flush the gay out. Flush the gay out. Gay out.
Yeah, dig. Yellow. I can't hear you yet.
Already.
Yellow. What's good with it? This is your guy, Big Nito, the boss. What's happening? You here plugged in on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. You're here locked in with Miss Doodie. Excuse me. What was I saying, Miss Doodie? I was going, no, I'm tripping. I ain't high enough yet. Oh, man, hold on. You hear that?
The car.
Hey,
Let me get out and get back in.
I can't. That's what's fucking me up. Something's fucking me up.
There you go.
Hey, just
Hello?
blame it on that. Just go ahead.
I was. I'm gonna be a straight negroid about it and just say it was all.
Somebody else.
What did they say? Nigga, play us fuck up. That's what's up. That's what happened. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. I'm in here with my girl Rocky, Miss Rocky Relates. You know what I'm saying. That's her name of her show on Thursdays, but Miss Rocky it is. Queen Rocky. We're gonna have to give you something Rocky because, like Rocky Balboa, you know what I'm saying. He had something like, no, I can't. I'm not gonna call you Big Rocky.
I didn't say that. I said D Rocky.
Oh, the Rocky. Oh. That's pretty subtle.
Okay,
but you too dynamic of a person to have just the Rocky. That's what I'm saying. It got to be something like higher. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
I thought it was Rocky J.
Rocky J's cool.
You know what? That's just a Facebook name because J.
J Rock. You know what I'm saying?
My baby's name is Jayla, so it's both of us. Because
I like K Rock.
K Rock.
I like. What'd you say your daughter's name is?
Jayla.
I like Jayla's mama. Jayla's mama. You know what I'm saying?
Jayla's mama.
Jayla's mama. No, I don't know, Rocky. You got it because you know what I'm saying. You be busting something. You know, they go to Rocky. Yeah, I can see Rocky.
Good morning, aloha.
And then you know we definitely got my guy Doodie, the outlaw. That's what I call him, the outlaw, because man, ain't none other like that brother right there. You know what I'm saying? How you doing this morning, brother?
What it is, what it do, folks, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Right.
Shout out to Rocky for picking up my coffee on the way, man, because I was short. You know what I'm saying? Because Lord knows if I wouldn't have had that. Hold
on. I'm looking at it. There's 2 coffees in the building. Hold on. I didn't get a tamale A breakfast tamale or a
I
two for
didn't know
two?
you ate that stuff. I was sitting there
A
thinking,
two for two?
Come on.
You know I eat a
This-
two for
I
two.
don't know if you know
This
You know,
bad
Come on, man.
We're trying to get
We're
other
gonna take
people
a break
here.
right now because some physical things are about to happen in the studio. I'm trying to tell you, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, why you? Oh, it's okay. Somebody like a fat boy somewhere around here.
Damn.
It's all right though. You know, I'm just gonna fast and touch and agree on it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting. You know, some real stuff. I can honestly do without all kind of fast food right now. You know, since I've been
See, I know
gone
that.
for that little bit, that's
knew that.
all I could eat was
I
like
felt it in my spirit.
DoorDash, and you know, I try. You know what I'm saying? I try to implement the little Whopper every now and then. Actually, the Whopper does sound kind of good. But you know, the thing is that man, I can't wait. It's the holidays. I'm about to go buy me some turkey breast today so I can deep fry some titties.
Some turkey
You know what I'm
titties.
saying? Oh man, my deep fried turkey is something else. Everybody loves it, so you know I'm gonna bless somebody with one this year.
See, why or like I don't hear a lot of people saying that. I'm talking about like people want to deep fry a whole damn turkey. You ain't gotta do all that.
Oh no,
Get
man!
your breast,
I just get the
you know what I'm
breast.
saying? Throw that thing up in there.
However, let me tell you about King Nito's wings. You dig what I'm saying? Well, I get
Turkey wings?
the turkey wings, the whole wings, and fuck them up like you trying to choke somebody out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ones your mama make, the whole wings. And I go ahead and hit it with the ooh whoop and the ooh whoop and then a few minutes later, it's oh Lord Jesus, because it's bomb. You know what I'm saying? It's all those emotions in one. I can see your reaction.
Yeah, and it's
She
not
was
the time
like,
to
"Nigga,
ask right now.
what is you talking about?" I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's
Like,
not the time to ask for one right now.
man, I'm like, somebody gonna get for real. Can I get my teriyaki chicken?
I did. I said it.
Did you say it?
I did. You weren't listening.
I sure was. What you say?
Aloha kakayaka.
And teriyaki chicken.
There we go.
All right, that's what it is.
Y'all crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Yo, we are plugged in with Doodie, Rocky, and Big Nito, the boss, on 22.3 Take Over Vegas Radio.
Sponsored by PowerX Energy Drink.
Experience the power. Yo,
Hey.
that's what I was gonna say, man. You know, getting up in the morning, everybody got a program, right?
Mm.
You know, some of us do water like we should. Some of us, you know, get to the soda. I used to do that.
Mm.
I used to wake up to a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, you know.
Man,
A
I used to
2 liter?
love Mountain Dew. I still love Mountain Dew right
You know what
now.
I'm saying? I had to get deliverance because it was
Now let me ask you this, since you like Mountain Dew like me. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Ooh, see.
Whoa, because Mellow Yellow is fired
See, one of the
too.
reasons why I
Mm.
transitioned to Mountain Dew is because you know that smooth taste of Mellow Yellow. You ain't got it.
Man.
Y'all in these sound effects this morning.
You know, with the Mountain Dew.
Oh, well, you know, we got to get a blind of visuals. You dig what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We got to do all of that. What is going on with your mic? Champ, no trick. We got that.
I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. But no, when I moved to Mountain, like I said, I was addicted. Oh, like crack cocaine. Like that, I wasn't going to bed without that Mountain Dew on the side of the bed. So
Right.
now, you know, it's more coffee and water, how a man live. But having something in the morning to go to for that good jump of energy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Having something in the morning to go to and make sure you're feeling right. You gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? Some people like breakfast in the morning. I can't do breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So getting with a beverage like Power X, or you know what I'm saying, making sure that you got something in your system that's clean. It's not gonna have you with a little crash. You do that. You rock with that.
That's
So shout
what's
out to the sponsors of Plugged In with Doodie Outlaw, True Entertainment, for marketing, the Gravity Click, as well as Copacetic Designs.
Mhm.
If you didn't know, we got a great sale going on Copacetic Designs. You go to Etsy right now, search Copacetic Designs, one word, and get 3 items and get 50% off your entire purchase. Buy 12 items, you don't get 50% off your entire purchase. But as long as you buy at least 3, you don't get 50% off. And no matter what it is in the store, please go and support Rocky Relays, the Gravity Click, and Plugged In with Doodie Outlaw as much as you can. That's now through December 31st. You still got a couple of weeks. And about just the holidays, about representing for the home team.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That type shit.
That's all.
And then, you know, some people that can't drink energy drinks, let's just keep it on the healthy tip. If you get just straight water and key limes, just key limes, not any other lime, but key lime. You know what I'm saying? That is the best type of shit to get your body moving in the morning or anytime.
Yes.
Because key lime itself, for some reason, I mean, lime has been tested, I think, and it does it to a certain degree, but key limes for sure will turn on a light bulb if you just plug it into the water.
So if you had some key lime pie, would that work too?
That's my type of question. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna go get me a whole key lime for sure.
Every moment. See how people will pervert.
I like to twist it.
Saying.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta twist it, make it work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mercy, man.
For
But
real.
no, Big Nito is definitely on something. And those key limes, we do the research, man, high in antioxidants, high in alkaline, they carry energy. And you take 1 or 2 first thing in the morning, the little bitter things, but they get your thing going.
Yeah.
In fact, Power got some great things coming. Speaking of things like that, keeping it healthy with the water and things like that. Also, with our favorite thing up in there, the Kush. You know what I'm saying? Nito is more like, you know what I'm saying, wake and bake type of guys. And being able to get up in the morning and have some good medicine to put in our system.
Well, I'm a spiritualist.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to stay on that level.
I'm a psycho.
I'm a medicine man. You know what I'm saying? I like to go ahead and tap in and tell you what's all I'm talking about.
See, I'm a psycho. I'll be honest, right? So people ask me, like, Doodie, how do you be so calm? And I'm like, to maintain this calm, to years of practice.
Right.
The foundation of it is much prayer, and the second thing is much weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know what you need to be able to get.
My mom hates it when I say it, but I used to call weed. Well, I still do call weed Moses. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna go smoke this Moses real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I was saying, God, put it there for him. You know what I'm saying? What it was Moses was a real cat. What he did is he went and he seen all his folks. He was like, we got to stop this. We went ahead and separated y'all from y'all bondage, you know what I'm saying? Took you on a journey, separated some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And we went through it, but we here.
Yes, sir.
I'm so sick of you Negroes right now, I'm going on a walk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He went on up yonder, like they say in the old days, he went on up yonder and he seen up there, it was close to the sky, and it was smelling real good. And he caught a bush, burning. You know what I'm saying? What you do when you smoke? You think and you tap into the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The grand architect told you, gave him the plan. Oh, my phone, my mic is tripping this morning.
That cord seemed a little loose. We'll get that fixed.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. But when he got up there and he started talking to God, he started writing down what God was saying. Because God told him, "Hey, nigga, take notes." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he could start taking notes. And so when he came down, he was like, "Man, I'm gonna walk down and bless my people." God. You know what I'm saying?
This morning.
Wow.
And then he came down there and seen him acting a fool, eating up everything, smoking everything. He said, "Man, what the hell?" And he threw one of the plates. He threw one of the tablets, and he was hot. You know what I'm saying? But then, he hold up because God said, "Hey, don't throw everything. I done told you." So he put the other ones down. You know what I mean? But and then all kind of situations. It broke out. Like some real Negro shit.
Y'all see y'all Nito just broke that down for y'all.
Yes.
Thug economics 101. You know what I'm saying? Come on to the clap. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing here.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Michael. Before we get to some music, we have to do that. Like when I was 16, I read about the Rastafari, and I was converted that year from Pentecostal to Rastafari.
To Rastafari.
You know what I'm saying? And,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't have to go into the beliefs and all that type of stuff, but I understand what it means and what it is. And for all those that out there that follow different doctrines, check out the Rastafari doctrine.
Real spiritual man.
Come back and tell me again about the body of Christ.
Real spiritual.
And the blood of the Lamb. You know what I'm saying? But we got to have, those personal experiences. And that's why it's important to know yourself. Because like I say, I'm a damn fool.
Right. Absolutely.
Said, sinner saved by grace, boy, I'll be waking up like, Lord, thank you for not letting me do whatever it is I was going to do today, because I know how to do it.
I be telling people all the time, I say, man, and people know me, I say, man, people just don't understand how close to death they be. I was like, my nigga, if I didn't smoke this shit, or if I didn't really just have the patience I got with God, I'd be like, man, you know what?
Lord.
Off with his head, like they used to say back in the day. I'll cut this nigga shit off.
I'm telling you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
How you be feeling? You want to be judged during execution, or you just be in your lane? Because I know, y'all, I ain't gonna tell all your business.
Are you looking at me in my face right now?
Rocky don't partake in all the things that, me and my brother partake.
Oh, I don't do that.
But she got some big hands, so it look like she slapped that shit out of something.
Look, y'all don't get it twisted, man. Rocky is sweet on camera and all that type of stuff, but Rocky is with all.
I'm not about to play with you. And then hold on, wait. Speaking of his hands, I have to tell you a story. I'm gonna send you the picture when I get home. I'm gonna send you the picture. So Jayla comes that same day. He was talking about my big hands, but she's drawing everybody's hands. So she, the kids when they get in that phase, they be taking the marker and tracing around everyone's hands. So she draws my hand, and that thing is humongous. And then she has the nerve to draw. Yes, she put the nails in. Oh my God. I said, "Oh, this is for Nito." I said, "You must be talking to Nito today because you got junk time, baby."
That's what kids do.
How do you keep peace with you like that? You get impressed by the baby. You get impressed by Big Nito. You know what I'm saying?
Baby be like, "Damn, mama, you be hitting me with these."
But see, that's how I look at it. I look at it like this. The people that press me and test me, they genuinely love me because, you know what I mean? Like,
everybody else gonna get that.
Yeah, everybody else is gonna get that. You know, shout out to Janice. J-Nice, I hope you're listening. That's my girl. She definitely saves a lot of lives. They don't even know. They have no idea. Like, this is, I bought her this little plaque that says, I don't need a therapist. I have a sister, because she's definitely my sister. I'll go in there and talk to her, and she calms me down. And then here we are, walk past you, laughing. We was really just talking about you for 5 minutes. You don't even know.
Lord,
like,
I got a partner that's pretty much like that. That's a lunatic, though. This nigga Trey, I love this. This is my brother. You know what I'm saying? He'll be listening sometimes, but he is the conscious to be like, hey, nigga, don't do that shit. He be talking to me just like, don't do that, man. You don't even do that shit, nigga. You don't even do that. And I be like, man, nah, man, I'm about to, man, hold on, cuz. He be like, nah, nigga, no.
Before you even say anything.
But you know what's so funny is that nigga's insane. You know what I'm saying? I be tripping out like, man, what you mean, no? You know what I'm saying? He be like, no.
It's probably because he don't want to have to react with you. That's it. Because if you go, I have to go too, and then it's a problem.
And I be like, oh, man. But, you know, I be the voice of reason for some of my cats, too. So, you know, I think it, you know, if we stand in the gap, like they say, for some of us when we have to. Because I got some partners, and I do it to some people, too, where you be like, man, hey, man, you have to let him go and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He going to have to deal with that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he want to do. That's that guy. You know what I'm saying? So
let him be who he is.
I think you just have to know yourself, because some things ain't even worth it. Like, you're not about to have me acting ass out here. People going to be looking at me funny.
You better tell niggas to pray about it. You better count to 10. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see it already.
Like literally, and Lord, I know it might be too soon. When that lady got shot on the freeway a couple weeks ago, I was thankful. I'm like, man, my baby was in the car. I was in the house with me, because I could see her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could be pissing her off, and I'll be like, 0 to 100, nigga.
Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm king of road rage, but I will tell you, sir, y'all better leave that shit alone, because that shit is more active than none. There's a movie out right now. Shout out to my wifey. She put me onto this movie, but this shit called Unhinged. You ever heard that shit?
I've heard.
You seen it?
What is it on?
I don't know. I got it on my Fire Stick, because you know, you got them apps. You know what I'm talking about? You know, Cinema. There you go, girl. Yeah, pop your pencil. You know what I'm saying? Right. Y'all want to get that app so you can go ahead and watch this shit, because this shit called Unhinged. My guy, from the beginning.
Lost.
Oh.
I'm not watching that.
Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And when the shit be hitting, the moments ain't even like a setup. The moments be like, oh no, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? The moments that get you. I mean, it really messes you up. So please. It's a great one. You're gonna watch that multiple times before the first of the year. If you have any kind of situation with the family where you're kicking back and y'all cooking and everybody kicking around like normal holiday situations, man, please indulge in that. Indulge in that. And remember the friendly tap. That's all I'm gonna say. The courtesy tap.
That's real. Like,
oh man.
We seen a lot of unhinged people. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, you know, we can't let ourselves get caught up, because sometimes it can go bad.
Yeah,
man,
fast.
You don't know what somebody going through.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Or you don't know how much fucking they got in bed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Lord have mercy. We're gonna get to some music. We're gonna get our wake and bake going and all that other good stuff, man. We are here plugged in on 22.3 Take Over Vegas Radio with Rocky, with Big Nito and myself, Doodie the Outlaw.
Sponsored by PowerX. See, I almost hit you with the sponsored by PowerX, but I could have charged for that one. You know what I'm saying? Sponsored by PowerX.
We ain't got no auto tune up in here, y'all. All right. This is natural talent and gifts, man. We just work this microphone.
I'm like the fat version of Jonesy. Hey. You know what I'm saying? You know who Jonesy was from Police Academy?
Yes,
that nigga be he do all the situations.
Look, I'm telling y'all, man, and y'all not ready. Look, let me just be honest. You're not ready for this jelly, man. We got Juicy Rocky up in the building, man. You know
don't you dare say nothing juicy about me, nigga, because you know I was about to.
You already called
hit him, Rocky. Throw a grenade at this nigga.
Called me later this morning. I can't have no.
Hey, you know what? That's my bad, and you owe me one, so you can get that off. You know what I'm saying?
We got Juicy Rocky here. She stayed in the street. She's saying some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fat ass Nito. Look, I gave it to you.
We're ready for him. Like, look, my man jumped out of the red whip, like real crip. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure he was representing well, and I feel well protected. Damn. I'm just a gentleman.
I'm just a man.
I ain't asking for no trouble, but I promise you, if you want something, you can get something. Right. We all here together to keep each other in focus, because Lord knows.
Yeah.
Individually.
Nigga might touch and agree.
Yes, might get a text. We are here plugged in on 22.3. We're gonna get to this music. If you got a request, if you got something you want to say, if you want to call and shoot the shit with some real ones, holler 702-412-5870. Yeah.
Yeah. Take me to Blue Lake Park, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take you to Blue Lake Park for the Christ Memorial Church picnic, nigga. Yeah. Nito and Montana, the great one out. Don't ever see the nation. And I appreciate you joining me. Every single day.
All summer long, we've been together. In the
Where were you when they started? What were you doing? Let me know in the comments below.
It's such a time.
Yes, it is.
And when you get next to me, you make my heart beat fast. You threw me back when you smile. And when we're alone, I know we're in love. 'Cause I can't get enough. I like the way you kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. I like the way you keep me looking forward to another day. We got it good.
The new sound of Las Vegas, 22.3, take over Vegas Radio.
Let's give it a chance. Let it control our destiny. We owe it to ourselves to live happy eternally. Oh, that's what we've been looking for, and now that's what we've been searching for. Now that I got it right here in my hand. See what the moon is spreading all over the land. Oh, we got mine. Sweet love, right in the nick of time. greatest connection for music, news, and fun. 22.3, take over Vegas Radio.
H-double-O to the B. You niggas know who I see. Ha, drink. Since you ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no way. Since you ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no safe.
Wonder why my pants hang down to my chucks, so tucked in my waist is a 350 schmabbing, AK-47, cock ready to blow, tailor-made chucks, Dickies for show, niggas bout nothing, but in the streets done, like the Birdman, make you eat the curb, man, with each and every word I heard about the U-click, wonder what we do, bitch, stuff you tell you black and blue, bitch you tell you top is true, nigga what you gonna do, knuckle up, get fucked up, buried in the rose bed, you the one that chose it, but your life I held it, shipped it away to the land of lost souls. Now you at the crossroad. You the one that God chose. You the one that I chose. You born out with bullets in your eyes, hole. Exit out the back door. We ain't gon' hit no more. I told you we ain't gon' hit no more.
You ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no way. Since you ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't safe.
When you pull out your thing, you better bring pain against this nigga, cause I reign supreme over the niggas with red beams. Put it on my heart, niggas try to start, but niggas get their ass ripped apart. Niggas know I come through with that shit and blow it out like farts. Oh no, niggas know how I blow so quick up on the track. I like the spit, niggas can't fuck with this shit. Hustlers, bitch, niggas know when I ride, I bang. And when the blue flag hang, niggas gon' know I always do the damn thing. Niggas can't fuck with the blunts that I roll. Me and my nigga look dope for show, though. On the dough, don't smoke, ho. Niggas can't fuck with this shit. Can't fuck with this push freestyle shit. Never no written with me and my niggas spitting ammunition to get it. When niggas getting in the kitchen, niggas with it. I'm bustin' that.
What you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no way. Since you ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't safe. I'm practicing painting pictures and patch patterns, depicting the acrobatic. I'm flipping the numb, fixing them scriptures with this waverly written and rigorously rappers, reflections of hieroglyphics. Pertaining proper to the critical crucifixion, the sun-sucking snake stitches, the vicious develop victim to my anatomical animalism, causing cataclysmic conflictions, cause the best clarified, they realized this was my like optimism. On the 24-hour pigment in June, the lady cruised the instant I was sentenced to savage, sick and rapidly grip them, and 48 hours later I had to undergo a strenuous exorcism. Even the evilest evangelist ain't supposed to be speaking and grinning after a short lifespan. But only Tuesday sinning, but the doctor was horrified, so that you could say that he was with it, because he swore that he wasn't nothing. What you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no way. Since you ain't bustin' nothing, then what you pull that thing for? My khakis hang low, way down on my chucks though. On my mama, I'm a ride for the you. I bang those. When you see you, now I'm smashing you suckers. It ain't no safe, folks.
Plugged In with Doodie Outlaws, brought to you by Copacetic Designs and Troubadour Entertainment Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're now plugged in with Doodie, Rocky, and Big Nito, the boss on 22.3 Technical Vegas Radio. Plugged in with Doodie, y'all know it's powered by Copacetic Design, sponsored by True Entertainment, Christopher Marketing, and the Gravity Click. What's the word, folks? It's a beautiful Wednesday, and we are in the building. It's myself, it's Rocky. We out there. I go front. We out there running our mouth. Yeah. And I promise y'all, behind the scenes is always good.
It's a motherfucker.
For those that know us personally, for those that don't know us personally, just know that we are always people you want to know. And I'm not saying that with any ego or any vanity. I'm just saying that, good people running packs. And being able to have each other back is the greatest accomplishment I had this year. You know what I'm saying? Is knowing I got people that got my back, and also I got people that I can be real with and raw with and lay it all on the line. And even if it's funny, you know what I'm saying? I know it's look, question. I had a couple of things, Nito hit me last night, was like, yo, what you want to talk about? I'm like, I don't know, there's a few things, but I didn't want to get too crazy. But I thought about something. So I'm going to switch the conversation, right? Okay. Last week, Snoop came out and he was critical of WAP and Cardi, right? I know we've been talking about this, throughout the year, this other type of stuff. We've had our opinions, what I'm saying, all these different things. But I'm curious, is there any obligation for us as humans to be self-accountable before we hold other people accountable? Meaning, Snoop Dogg came out and said, yo, I think women should, keep mystery about themselves, and they shouldn't be saying all that type of stuff in raps. And I understand what he was saying from the perspective he was saying it, but I also understand that this is a business, right? Snoop Dogg came up getting paid, making rap music about fucking virgins and shooting people and, all that type of stuff. Snoop has never apologized for his possible contribution to the damage and destruction of Black men, but he can point out other people that are destructive. So is it that people are not aware of their own destructive behaviors, or are we more critical of others because of misjudgments, or we're not, we don't compare ourselves to others? What do you guys think?
I think you shouldn't put no finger at anybody if your hand is dirty. That's what I think. That's just what I think. And yeah, it's easy to judge other people. Like, that's simple. We can simply do that. Yeah. We do that as humans, like, without even thinking. Like, you can judge other people. When it comes to analyzing yourself, yeah, it's a different topic. Like, you don't want to sit there and say, oh, I did this wrong and I did this wrong. And yeah. No one wants to say that they did anything wrong. Like, who want to openly admit, like, hey, I'm wrong and that was a bad decision on my part, and I should have did something better, and I shouldn't have said that. No one openly wants to do that.
Okay.
I feel a couple of ways about it. I think I understand where he's coming from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot more people should, before they start talking about what he's not saying. They need to understand what he is saying and why he's saying that. Yeah. He's saying that because it's very important for us to start, for us to try to continue to protect our women, especially our young Black women. You know what I'm saying? Never more than ever have they ever been more vulgar in music, you know what I'm saying, and explicit. We've spoken about this before, where at one point in time, 2 Live Crew was banned in USA, you know what I'm saying, banned from the radio stations because you couldn't say or implement certain things on the radio stations, on the airwaves. Those are different times now. We're in those different times, but we have to understand that just because we're in a different time doesn't mean that our morals have to change. You know what I'm saying? Moralistically, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason why our young girls nowadays should be worried about what kind of WAP they got. You know what I'm saying? In situations like that. I mean, I tell you like that, I'm not trying to say that they shouldn't make the music. They should just make it less accessible to our younger generation right now. And we have to do that, though. It's not necessarily a corporation or anything. We have to do that. That type of sense, like, because we're talking about business. And that's goes back to one of my philosophies that's carried me. There's no morals in business. Business is about making money, right? Great meme I shared this week on Facebook.
it said that profit is the unpaid wages of the laborers, right? So,
hello.
Yeah, it's the court. But that being said, so when I'm looking at Cardi B and them, I'm saying that we can't believe everything they say when they're doing it for money. Switch it out. We can't believe everything they say when we're doing it for money. You feel me? So, but that being said, how am I hate on somebody how they get in their bag? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how we gonna sit there and tell Cardi B don't sing WAP when WAP is one of the number one selling songs of the year right now, one of the number one streaming songs of the year right now. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I'm telling her to have words about her bag and her lyrics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's just say it like this. Let's say it like this. I'm not saying that we should have her.
It's that mic. Let's switch it out to that mic.
Hello?
Yeah, this time.
Switch out to this for mic.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello. No action yet. No action yet, Jackson.
Here. Were you talking into
hello.
talking to the pink?
I think that's cool. I don't know. I can't hear.
Here you go.
Cello. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think about it like this. It's not about her having the morals. You know what I'm saying? It's about and it's not even about the censorship. It definitely doesn't have to be about that. What it is about the image that we need to protect and project. You know what I'm saying? No, everybody knows that we had explicit situations coming from way back in the day, even way back like Rudy Ray Moore, but even way past him. You know what I'm saying? Where we were doing explicit content and it was available to adults. You know what I'm saying? And we all had those records in our house that we couldn't fucking play and situations like that. You know what I'm saying? Right now in today's society, not only are those situations continue to be in play, which they are. That's what Cardi B is, and Nicki Minaj music, Stallion. I'm Meg Thee Stallion, and a lot of dudes though. A lot of dudes because I was riding with my daughter the other day, and she asked me to put on Pop Smoke. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, soon as the nigga got on, he's like, yeah, she sucking my dick and I'm like, hey, you know this song? And she's like, yeah, because it's on TikTok. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a little snippet. She didn't know the whole.
Right. You know what I mean? But no, she knows the song because the TikTok, you you get a song nowadays, knock it in the boom, you YouTube and then all of a sudden, bam, it's there.
My daughter told me yesterday that, she been following Megan Thee Stallion since she dropped. She know all cuts.
That's what I'm saying. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I support that comment that Snoop would say. You know what I mean? Because it was only because we need to control our own censorship at home. No, we can't stop her from making music. It's making money. That's the business side of it. True indeed. It sells. Sex sells. However, we need to understand what we're selling and who we're listening. Like, we understand we know what we're selling. We need to understand what we're listening to and who we're listening to it with. Because yes, we can listen to our own shit in our car because we're adults too, but we got our kids in the house.
Yeah.
We got our kids in the car. You know what I'm saying? And these little nigglets be like, they absorb energy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have the infants like, my baby is 6, you know what I'm saying? And, she listens to more and watches more kid stuff. I have to monitor what she watches. I mean, you can jump on any of the social medias and see toddlers rapping all the stuff we talking about. 2 and 3-year-olds.
And mean it though.
You know what I'm saying? And so.
You see the little boy that, I think I sent it to you. Was it the chick that was stripping in front of the boy?
Yeah.
And then there was a boy that was that man walked up and I think he bit the girl ass or some shit like that while she was in there stripping. Yeah,
I mean,
dead ass serious, but that's retarded. Who does that?
Like, I'm not the silly type to sit up and think that I wasn't influenced by some of the stuff that was out, when I was coming up.
Right.
But that being said, I did have parents that were much aware of the things, but also, we do what we want to do. I'm not stupid enough to think that my kids aren't exposed to it or can't possibly be swayed by it. But also, I have to make sure I'm getting my story in there too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to sit here and play dumb. Like, okay, if you this age and a little boy is interested in you, it's probably grown men interested in you too.
Right.
You know what they all interested in? The same damn thing. You feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
being able to have a frank understanding, like one of the reasons why I actually do appreciate the music, and I'm gonna be very frank. Like I said, I grew up listening to Snoop and you know what I'm saying, and all these cats, and even I'll put out there a cat like Biggie. A cat like Biggie who, you know what I'm saying, told these stories whether fact or fiction, you know what I'm saying, but we know that he wasn't everything that he rapped about, right? He was able to create this perception and people will push that perception. Like we pushed Biggie like he was really Frank White. That nigga wasn't Frank White.
Right.
But
Biggie was, he was his own version of who he wanted to be of his neighborhood. You know what I mean? So he had authenticity. These bras, Megan Stallion and everybody, like, just like how I follow the little nigga Quavo or whatever, you know, and Cardi B, and I follow a couple of cats. But, you know, one of the main things on their little Instagram feeds and situations like that is how this nigga be putting her on blast. Like, hey, look, she be talking about she don't do house chores and shit like that. She don't cook, she don't clean, she out there cooking and cleaning. You know what I mean? Like letting everybody know, hi, it's the facade, it's the dream, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, my thing is that we have to learn how to I always say it all the time, we just have to reclaim ourselves. You know what I mean? It's just like you said, we're going to do what we want to do. It's just like having sex as a kid or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do whatever you do when you're away from the what they say when the parents are away, the kids will play or some bullshit like that, the old cliche saying. Nonetheless, man, we just have to police ourselves as people. Yeah, we got a
standard of accountability to each other because the music is one thing, right? Because just because we write, we got baby making music, I mean everybody making a baby.
True that.
We got music about cherishing the love that we have. People play that with their side chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not sitting here in confusion. I'm just saying, why are we allowing this confusion? Because, like I say, a guy like Snoop, you know, I can quote the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I can go into a lot of different theories about if I feel like he's really about what he talked about or any of that. But I also know that it's most of the stuff is hilariously real.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this.
So I'm not saying that Cardi B and them is being wrong for what they're saying, because if it's factual, if we know it's tricks out there, if we know there's dudes out there that got girls paying for their bodies and, you know what I'm saying, they able to go make a good living like that, and we know they are, then somebody got to tell the story.
True. But let me ask you this. Now that I think that Cardi B is probably in the phase that Snoop was 20 years ago, where he's hot, he's making the hits, blah, 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 it's for the hood, to whoop. But he doesn't feel as such now, 20 years later. Do you think that he's wrong for having an opinion change then? Because he's
still profits off of it.
That's because what he did beforehand.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, but the thing is this. He, as an artist, we're talking business-wise now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As far as in his career stage, he's where Cardi was he's where he is 20 years ago. You know, Cardi is where he is 20 years ago right now. She's still
top of the game.
Yeah, top of the game, doing her thing, blah, blah, blah. 20 years ago, Snoop was popping in movies and woo, people was doing his thing. You couldn't tell him shit. Always been spitting the big C and everything. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, he still thinks and performs a different situation. You know what I'm saying? His day-to-day life. So do you think he's wrong for having an opinion for changing? Because we were talking about this before.
I know he's wrong.
How you say he's wrong? That'd be wrong for growing. He's mature.
Yeah, I was about to say,
because here's the thing about it. We lead by our actions, not by our words. My daddy told me every day of my life, you can make your mouth say anything.
Okay, but he's not gangbanging right now.
No.
I mean, but let's just say, I understand that, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about like for as like
how we talk his.
We're trying to equate what we're talking.
I'm trying to relate it to Cardi B. So
okay,
just his relation about women.
Okay,
you feel me? Like Doggy Style. That's the name of the album.
Yeah.
Right. You know the cover of the album.
Right. Sure indeed. Right? Sure indeed.
Like I say, I can go through the raps. I don't have to do that. We can talk about how long ago it was. I don't have to do it. All I'm saying is, if I tell you, if I jump on the show and I say, hey, you know what? I think that you know, I know I used to drink. I know I own a liquor company, but those new liquors that are coming out, you guys are abusing those too much. Those shouldn't be out there in the general public. My stuff is still available, right? I'm gonna still make money off of mine. But y'all shouldn't support that.
Yeah,
Morally, I don't think drinking is good.
Because what you're selling right now is more of a harsh or more of a fine wine or something like a 1732. You know what I'm saying? And what's being sold right now in the clubs is like a 1732's Four Loko version. Because the Four Loko is getting fucked up.
St. Ides.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you remember St. Ides?
Yeah, all that shit. Nigga, I used to drink that shit heavy.
Remember what Snoop Dogg was able to do? Snoop Dogg
True
was able
indeed.
to profiteer off of rap in a way that nobody ever did before.
True indeed.
Before Tupac got paid, before Eazy-E and them got paid, before Q, before anybody on the East Coast got paid, Snoop got paid. He got the commercials. He was the look. You feel me? That's why Snoop. It wasn't.
So why shouldn't Snoop continue to profit off that shit if he made the way for her?
Why should Snoop be able to tell somebody else how?
He made the way. He's showing her how to do it today.
No.
If there was no for him back in the days, there wouldn't be that today.
I'm not saying it was for him. I'm saying that he reaped the benefits.
He should.
Right?
He was the one who paved the way for all of us to do what we do today.
He didn't create it. He was, like I said, he was the one that graduated into the money. Before him, Dr. Dre was putting in work. They wasn't paid yet. You feel me?
But that's just that. That was just the timing and the way
the timing and the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So how can somebody that was blessed by the timing and opportunity, right? Because he had great grooming, he came up at a great time, he was in the right place at the right time, all of that, and made all of the great things everybody want, the money, the fame, the accolades, all of that. How can somebody that did it that way be mad at somebody that's doing it the same way?
Well, because of the
gender bias,
it's not necessarily that.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's competition. How can I sit here and be the biggest dope dealer on the block and then tell young cats that's selling dope, and I'm still selling dope? Hey, bro, you might not want to do that.
I think it's a gender bias because he didn't say nothing about these new age niggas that's rapping about nonsense, frying brain cells for these young boys. He didn't say nothing about that. He's just talking about Cardi B and her bucket and mop. Get your bucket and your mop. But what with the men that's putting these stuff, because like you said, you listen to some of the men's music, and it's like, what the hell?
And but even with that, but my thing, even with that, is that it's like I can't even really hardly listen to that shit all the time because I mean anybody that knows me knows that I have a saying, nigga, skinny jean music don't get no ride in my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Your bias,
right?
We're questioning his bias.
But my thing is about his bias. You know, it's a tough way to say it because I feel, and I personally feel like both of their situations back in the day for Snoop and then currently for the situation with Cardi are just stories of their time, their current time and element at the situation right now. Unfortunately, women do not care about the way they present themselves right now. They don't. It's not more womanly or more bossy or more. It's less Claire Huxtables. Okay, let's just say that it's not a fair representation of what all women should be. You know what I'm saying? Just like back in the day when they was thinking Snoop came out, it was all the black men was gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is gang members and woo-wop doo-wop. It wasn't until now, up until later, you got brothers like Doodie walking around and they can actually see a black man. You know what I'm saying? If me and Doodie was to walk out right now, they're obviously going to see if I didn't have a gun on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, yeah, there's the thug and there's the business guy. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? They can both kiss my dick.
It's a variety of everything. And perception don't determine the reality. But a lot of people get to paint the perception.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when Snoop got a chance to paint that perception, think about all the women degraded and how they had to accept that. Now I'm looking at the side.
But you know what? Just what you just about to say. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you hit me with it. Let me say it like this: the amount of freedom that artists have right now, Snoop didn't have back in the day. He was more controlled more than anything because remember, you know, that's still death row. That's Suge. That's death row back then. So that's all the rich white people money. I can't. All that shit just escapes from my mind right now. What's the name? Jimmy Iovine and them cats. So you know, a person like Cardi, her platform is a little different because now she has a Facebook, you know, Instagrams, a Snapchats, all that. She got a team of people that do shit for her. You know what I mean? Back then they didn't have all those accessible. You know what I mean? So she has more control about who she is as a person. You know what I mean? When Snoop was out and he was fighting that murder charge, man, he wasn't walking around with cameras and cell phones in the park. You know what I'm saying? Busting back at niggas. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that. Telling niggas to pull up at the Slauson swap meet and shit. You know what I mean?
When they had social media back then,
you feel me?
Be able to see Pac acting a damn fool out here in these streets. Snoop acting a damn fool out here in these streets.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though, Doodie. How about if you would have seen a different side of Pac though? Not him acting a fool out in these streets.
Oh, for real?
What about him really just sitting back reading books like, look, my nigga, like, we as a black people need to get on this, that, and the third, because y'all know that Pac was a revolutionary.
No, but that's the thing,
So,
right?
when we think Pac, though, we think what? Some gangster shit.
But no, but that's the cool thing about it. Like, you know, everybody's complex.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give Snoop recognition for growing as a man. You know what I'm saying? You see it in him. But I also know Snoop is commercial. Right? He was really the first commercial rapper. That's what I'm really getting to.
Well, he did have to make that adjustment because I personally think because of his age. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like that was his way to do it, and he did it well, in my opinion.
He didn't have to go back. Kevin Hart has had to apologize for opportunities. For stuff he said on Twitter. Right? You can pull up things that Snoop, you know what I'm saying? So he's not having to apologize for having opportunity.
Right.
So what I'm saying is have an opportunity. If we're talking about sellouts and things of that nature, I wouldn't call anybody a sellout. Look at how somebody get their back. You might not move the same way they want to move. But I'm not going to residually hate on somebody that's doing something in a mirrored way that I've done it without that I'm wrong first. You know what I'm saying? That there's no Noriega or these any big drug kingpin. You've never heard them make a quote saying, "Yo, you know what? These young guys need to stop doing what they're doing." They know it's going to continue. The drug trade is bigger than just an individual, right? But we don't acknowledge that. What we do is we persecute those that are affected by it. You know what I'm saying? The people that are addicted to it, the people that sell it, not realizing that there are people that have to officiate these things. So it's like you say, there's people that officiated and made sure that Snoop had a platform to get that crazy stuff out there. The same people are officiating Cardi B the same way. But until he acknowledges the dirt under the foundation, you can't talk about the roof.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just say he acknowledges it. But then what? There's nothing that he can still do about his past. You know what I mean?
No,
he's talking about his current situation. And so if anything, he's offering the antidote of what he's seen his fuck up was in the past. I'm saying, hey, listen,
but I think that's
this is what it is.
That's
you know
the
what
difference. It makes a difference when somebody acknowledges something and then places their opinion out there, because the fact that they acknowledge that, hey, I'm not wrong, like it changes the weight of their opinion. Now there's going to be a different section of people listening to him, because there's some people that like Doodie, like, oh, nigga, how you going? First of all, let's pull up your track record. So this really doesn't matter when they're missing, you know, the lesson that he's trying to, like you said, he's grown and he's changed. So he's trying to, you know, correct the problem. Hey, like people are looking at you, but because he didn't acknowledge that he also aided this issue that we have now, there's some people that's gonna be like, whatever, nigga, like this doesn't, whatever you're saying means nothing.
Yeah, we gotta break it down, right? And it's business, right? But we don't look at it as business. We look at it as personal. We look at it as this person's doing this person's doing that to me. But even colder than that, I'm conflicted because as a woman, right, if you say something that's aggressive, that's point blank, but it's true, it's accepted different than if a man says it.
Yeah.
And should you feel different about having an opportunity to make a bag?
No, because I was just thinking that while you guys were talking. These niggas will sit here and say, I'm gonna bend the bitch over, shove it down the throat, yada, yada, yada. But as soon as a female says, oh, he gonna bend me over and shove it down my throat, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that.
Well, I mean, you know,
I just repeated what you said.
That is a very valid argument. But, you know, we can always go back to the same old situation. That's the same damn thing of, well, that's because men do it. Fuck that shit. We need to get past that.
But what if it's not because the men do it? Why do we?
That is what it is right now. That's what you're saying right now, Rock. You just said it's because a man say it.
It's not because a man said it. That's not what I'm saying.
But you're saying,
I am saying that a man said it, okay. But when I'm not saying, oh, because a man said it, now I'm gonna say it. No, what's the difference when the woman says it, but then when a man says it?
The difference is that, like I said before, it has nothing to do with the bag, because the bag gonna come. Because if you make the music, it's gonna come. The thing is we're talking about the image that's projected still. We're still trying to somewhat. And his comment, and like I said, I still have not seen the interview or whatnot, but within that whole statement or that whole phrase of trying to make an opinion about what Cardi's saying, about what women are doing nowadays, we still are trying to hold on to the women's holiness or her sanctity, you know what I'm saying, some type of fashion. You know what I mean? Like, I tell you like this, let's just say there's tact when you do shit. You know what I mean? You can still get your point across about you fucking and doing whatever you want to do by being tactful. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example is Whitney Houston. I bring her up all the time because all of her number one hits were all about being a side chick. You know what I'm saying? All about being a side chick. All about one night stand side chick shit. You fucking think I'm playing? Cue one up. I'm giving you everything, even my wedding. Hey, what? I'm your baby tonight. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And had people singing that of all races and creeds of colors. You know what I'm saying? It was jamming everywhere. But she's telling the whole world, hey, I'm with this nigga tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I know that he's married. She tells her the verse. You know, she's running it down. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it, but she did it in a tasteful way. You understand what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with doing that. It's music. But I mean, for real, you work right now, and I'm saying it all the way across the board, whether it's guy or girl. Our music has damn near turned into fucking porn. You can close your eyes and then visualize a fucking porn situation right now. You know what I mean? Which is, it's not the best compliment in the world. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the stuff that they allow on the air.
True and neat, but we allow it in our homes now.
Yeah,
we're giving an excuse to let our kids listen to it.
See, and that's and see that's
by TikToking and Facebook and Instagram
and that's where that line has to be. The policing happens because I promise you guys, there's a whole different version of me when my daughter hops out the car. Like we're listening to 90s music, and I don't know, I got some baby Kaylee, I don't even know who this chick is, some stuff that she likes to listen to, and as soon as she get out the car, it's boom, boom, like, because this is not something, you know, like now I'm kind of exposing her to things. She's like, oh, what's that one song? Like we just listened to J. Cole, Role Models. And to me, that was even like,
but you know what? As much as you do that, you can't police what she's watching on TikTok, Facebook.
She don't watch TikTok.
I mean, Instagram, YouTube, shit like that. You know,
just like we know, just because they watch that type of stuff, they're not going to absorb it all. If they watch all positive and good stuff, don't mean they're going to absorb all that.
Very, very, very true.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reality, and we got to know that. You know, our filters and our choices determine our outcomes. Then when we watch and we see all the time, sometimes we can allow these things. We allow these things to be an influence, or we allow these things to become a perception. But the reality is, I know a lot of people that know how to do the right thing and still don't do it.
But you know, I tell you like this: there's a lot of shit that we can't control, anyways. You know, and I tell you that's way out of our reach. And it's always been a pet peeve of mine growing up in Vegas. Is just that, you know, I never wanted my daughter to grow up and say that she can be more than a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because all she sees is strippers on fucking billboards and I pass them by me on the, you know, call for a good time, blah, blah, blah. This is Vegas. We're in Sin City. So it's all about the shit that you see, you know what I'm saying, that you see there, but the shit that you have to make her see, you know what I mean? Or make him see. Our kids, we have to be able to implement strategy at home, you know what I mean? And the morals at home. So the music, yes, it will always forever be made, and people will forever benefit off it once they feel a certain way or not. You know what I mean? He's not going to turn that check down and stop food coming in his mouth because he don't want to talk about getting his dick licked no more. No, that's part of who his persona is. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say like this: you can at one point in time feel some type of way, or be projecting a certain image, and change later on in life, and it does not make you a bad person. No, not at all. You know what I mean? Because you got people like Apollonia that turned into a preacher. You know what I mean? She went from, what was that, Vanity 6? You know what I'm saying? Getting out there with Prince, doing all kind of shit. You know what I mean? But and you can forever see her asshole naked. You don't never just say, oh, sister such and such now, minister Apollonia, you know, evangelist Apollonia, body all over the Prince shit. I can go home and go see her after she just got to preaching the word. You feel me? That's why I'm telling people, like, y'all gotta be chill on what y'all be out there talking about. You know, what is cool right now. Everybody be trying to, I had this conversation with my oldest daughter yesterday. We gotta quit fucking co-signing about what's cool and somebody else's opinion. I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Say it.
What the fuck? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you don't say something, that's co-signing already on what she's doing. Exactly. That you know that's fucked up. And you don't know how much that's going to hurt her later on in the day. It has to be said. Talk that shit up. Speak that shit up right now. You know what I mean? Because
that's the key, bro. Because like in the end, we can only be the example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say, as I only move as Doodie. So if I believe in something, I'm gonna show you how I believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you how I believe in it, but what that talk gonna do? If I tell you I'm a nice guy, but you see me treating people like shit all the time, I'm like, I'm tired of this nigga telling me how nice he is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more or less, I try not to live in judgment, but I be feeling some type of way because I know how much fear I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying, the stories, the teenage pregnancies, the people getting caught in situations. And I knew also with my parents' background, like, yo, I know the impediments that come with this.
Right. So
let me go about doing this a different way. And like I said, we all got choices to make, but it seems like we're expecting our kids to do something that we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like Snoop was expecting Cardi to do something that he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Which is turn down the money.
Right.
You say he's expecting her to turn down the bread?
No, because here's why, right? Because no matter if she put the music out or not, no matter who listens to it or not, whoever's influenced by it, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? There shouldn't be a promotion saying, yeah, go be like Cardi B. Just like it shouldn't be go be like Snoop Dogg. Right? We should be pointing to people that our kids can be like. We should be examples of that. But the fact that we know that this entertainment saturates our culture in such a way that it actually does influence.
In a major way. My thing is, why don't we have enough rappers that do? See, I like to bring Pac up a lot because everybody wants to equate Pac and Big to the greatest of all time, so on and so forth. Great. I'm with you. I'm all about it. However, the thing is that if people had really understood what Pac was saying back then, you know, they would know that he was really talking about the politics and the situations in the communities and how we could better ourselves. And yes, it was about the party scene. And yes, he did like fucking on the girls and so on and so forth. However, it was more so of, you know what, this is what it is right now. This is where they trying to take us, y'all. Wake the fuck up. And y'all need to, you know, even though we see this, we don't need to be this. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't us all the time. And he tried to project that in movies. He tried to project that even in his personal situations when he was auditioning for movies. You know, that was one of his biggest situations in the Menace to Society. When he tried to try out for that, they said that when they were doing the readings for that, for that particular movie, he would be like, hey man, this nigga's not acting the way why would he act like this? You know what I'm saying? He was talking about this character that he was supposed to play. He's supposed to play Hakeem. You know what I mean? So, you know, he's just real like that because he did at that time wanted us to see with our open eyes. You know what I mean?
Have options.
Have options. You know what I mean? You know, we need to start doing that now. We ain't on enough shows. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on A Different World back in the day. He was on everything. Anything he can get his hands on, he was in and on. We don't have enough positive images of that right now. What everybody that we're trying to do is what we got like what's my man? What's Cardi's husband's name? Offset. Okay.
Then we have those people, but nobody wants to listen to them. They're not cool.
Nobody wants to be.
They're not cool. You can dig for these people. You can play.
Like, what the hell is this? We have to control what's cool. That's what's our problem is. It's our generation right now that's controlling what's cool. You know what I mean? Because we're the last bit. We're the last.
We're the most ratchet.
But no, it's the ones afterwards. It's the
ones after y'all. Okay, so wait.
No, you like after us.
No, I'm not that young. See, they just try to paint me. I'm about to be 30, y'all. I'm almost there.
After.
Don't try to do me.
Here's the difference. They're not
5 year increments.
They're not more ratchet. They don't know the difference. That's why I say we're more ratchet. We're more ratchet because we know the difference and we still dug it out.
I have a question. We have a conscience.
I have a question.
For the corporate folks that pull up to the job, it ain't no fun. It's the only game. How you doing today, sir?
Right.
And what our kids see is a gentle transition. And we're not letting go of the things that we know might be detrimental because they are what we claim them to be.
You know what? I think what they don't see is why we can do what we do.
Yeah, the transition. They don't see that.
No, you're mistaken what I'm saying. They don't see why we can do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Be like, for instance, we knew what it was to grow up in the 90s during that time with Pac and that era. You know what I'm saying? What it felt like, what it smelled like to really be on that shit. So when we watch motherfucking Minister Society or Boys in the Hood, we felt that shit. You know what I mean? Just like we didn't feel Superfly and all that, and Dolomite. You know what I'm saying? Our parents watched that shit differently. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that was a different era. True. We might watch the Mac right now to this day and be like, ooh, that was some pivot. But we don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? So when we get out at the business spot with it, and they see Daddy about to go have a business meeting with Ted, and Ted, hey, how are you today? You know what I'm saying? Treat you with the respect because you get out, hey man, how's everything? You know what I'm saying? Good afternoon, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Because he knows too, because he was either a skater or somebody that wanted to be cool too. And he listened to that shit in his room. You know what I'm saying? Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious, I'm trying to tell you.
Since you're a little bit younger. Right?
I'm about to claim
and I know
you would have been in elementary school.
And I know that you know
I was born in the wrong era. Okay.
No, you wasn't. You had a good era too. You still got a good era.
It was all right.
The 2000s was wild.
It was all right.
You had the baby. You had that era.
I had baby on my time.
No, I had the women empowerment movement too, because y'all had Beyonce and those and the Whitneys and all of those, encouraging.
How I am the way I am.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we see. Well, like I say, it's residual of that.
Right.
But
shit, your era was the last of the group bands.
Yeah, the end of all of it.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
There hasn't been another group since the 2000s.
Everybody's thinking on share spotlight.
That's the thing about
ain't even no town in this bitch, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't even New Kids on the Block in this motherfucker.
No, not at all, man. I mean, we can't
oh man, the Wu-Tang.
I'm just saying, collaboration is everything.
Right.
What I was going to ask you was, as you know, you're in between. You see the young folks, and I know that you're actively involved in a lot of these young people's lives, which you're a leader, but also you've been exposed to us a little bit older.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, can shadow the gap. When I say that means that we know all the good game, but we also know better.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, we know how to deliver it.
Right.
Even though we might not know how to do it, we know how to deliver it.
Right.
So we was having a conversation outside, and I'm not gonna go deep into the conversation, but as a man,
no pun intended.
Yeah, as a man, there's certain things that I'm always watching for. Right? We grew up in an era where they talked about a lot of pimping, a lot of drugs, things that you know what I'm saying, gangbanging and stuff. So we are well versed on.
Right.
There's a lot of you ain't gonna run that type of game. I worry about my daughter, you know what I'm saying, because I know that exposure to those type of things and those type of people, she might not be prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't live it.
Right.
You can hear all that, but you don't appreciate it until you have to experience it. As a person who's had the experience, but also young enough to know that you got more to come. Mm-hmm. How do you want to be, what's the good word? How do you want to be influenced? Would you prefer, if I told you right now, I can get you $5 million
Excuse me.
for OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. You're gonna make that dough.
Right.
Or you can just do a podcast and you might not make no money ever. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna turn down that bag?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn down the bag because at this point now I will say this: if I was not a mother, if I wasn't a sister, if I wasn't a leader, if I wasn't the woman that I am right now, I'd probably take that bag. If I didn't have that, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would be like, hell yeah, give me that bag. But because I am in a position to, like you said, influence. It's not, the decision is not just my decision. It doesn't just affect me. So because I have to think about who's looking at me and who's watching me, and even if I may not want to be that example, I am. Yeah. Regardless, like, you know, I may not have had the best history. Like, it may be some shit that come like, girl, yeah, and I'll talk to these younger kids. I did that. That was dumb. That was don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. But to know better, and then, you know, still make the decision to not do better is something else that you have to answer for. Like, oh, I know better. That's it. Girl, no. But then I have to explain to my daughter when she's 18 why mama ass is on Google. Mm-hmm. Somebody took a screenshot with the iPhone.
Right.
And well, girl, you driving that Lexus? Like that's no, because now I'm telling her, okay, well, a piece of ass will get you those nice things, and at the same time, that's not all there is to life. Mm-hmm. You have to have some substance. You have to have some worth to yourself. So I hear what Nito was saying, about these women and not degrading themselves and the images that we have for these girls to look up to. I hear that.
Yeah. I hear what Snoop was saying. That's the thing.
I hear that.
It's not in disagreement, but I'm glad you said what you said, because 10 years from now, there are going to be testimonies from women talking about the things that they did for this money, the ways they mutilated their bodies, the way that they presented themselves, the ways that they extended themselves, and they're going to be having to leave an impression on another future generation.
Right.
And so the thing is, with all the technology, with all of how our world works, and understand that a lot of people are just chasing the bag.
Yes.
That's why a lot of people do a lot of things that we consider wrong, right, or not moral, chasing the bag. I'm not going to judge you why you chase your bag.
Right.
I'm going to give you a solution on how to get a comparable bag.
Right. Right.
And if I can't give you a solution on how to get a comparable bag, meaning something very similar to what you're getting, I'm not going to hit you with, you need to do it my way. I'm going to tell you the difference between what you're doing compared to what you should do, and make sure you have an understanding of the solution.
It's the difference for people that are doing it. Like I said, if I were to make that decision just for myself, I would have taken the bag. So there's entertainers out here that are making that decision just for themselves and their family. They don't care about anybody else and how this is frying these brain cells. They don't care about that.
They're going to take care of their family and teach their kids that, okay, daddy made this sacrifice to get you back and make sure that you don't have to be what I'm talking about in these songs. You see all these people, don't be like them.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it's all about the bag?
For a lot of these people, yeah. Like when we were growing up, and you know this, we had passion in what we did. Meaning there are people who have made music and make music because they love to make music. Right now, the motivation for these, like I saw a comment by T.I., tired of these strippers going and becoming rappers, hiring ghostwriters to get on songs. Well, think about it. We're paying them. So if you can get that bag, why wouldn't you? If you can transition from stripping to rapping, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, we saw the Players Club. A girl was stripping to be able to get her way through school and provide opportunity for herself, right? Transition is the same thing. Only thing is, we starting to believe the stuff they're talking about. We're not realizing that they're just trying to get the bag.
But the thing is that I agree with you up until the point where they're trying to strip to get to where they need to be. Because I can definitely tell you, there's a lot more ebonies out in the world than there are diamonds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And all these motherfuckers want to be ebony and want to be motherfucking, they want to be out there. They getting it. You know what I'm saying? And some motherfuckers, just like you said the other day, some people ain't queens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers, no, you don't need a fans only page, bitch. No. You know what I'm saying? You don't need you know what I'm saying? A cash app to throw your shit up. Man, that shit irks the hell out of me.
But
I see people be like, hey, I got a cash app. I sit for real.
Some people gotta get it how they get it, but it's all about how they change it around. Okay, so perfect example of a stripper turned rapper that did something with herself. Trina.
Let me ask you this. It's the baddest bitch. The baddest bitch, right? Now, is it out of pocket for people to still approach her as a stripper? If that's what she projects? If she raps about getting what she getting and doing what she doing as a stripper and whatever she got to do to pop her piece to get her motherfucking bread. If a nigga walks up to her and be like, look, what's happening with that ass? Bitch, I got 5 bands. I got whatever. Is it disrespectful?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Can you run up on LeBron James with a basketball on a hoop and say, yo, you're a professional basketball player. I'm finna throw this 10 grand at you. I'm finna dunk on your head.
Of course you could. Because they do it all the time.
They do it
all the time.
But that is the
you tell me one nigga that hoop that don't want to go to a basketball rim with a ball.
But that's the situation
so
that
I'm
you put
asking,
yourself in.
So I'm asking, hold on. What I'm asking is, what the fuck was my question about Trina? About how, so no, I said, so is she, no. So I'm saying, so it's niggas wrong or people wrong. Let me quit saying that shit. Okay. So since they're not wrong, at what level of respect does she think she needs to deserve then as she matures through her career as a person and as an adult, period, and through any walks of life? Because I don't give a fuck what you say. If I ever seen Apollonia in person again, I'm going to tell her, baby, with that part at the movie, I know you heard it 1,000,010 times, but I love you for it. Thank you. The young me who loves you for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can't tell Trina that, hey, you just got you talking about sucking a nigga dick after you right upside down on this pole. Can you do that for me real quick? I got a couple pairs and like 3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? Apollonia.
Apollonia.
Mm-hmm.
You let her lay hands on you and pray for you?
Hell yeah.
She needs to. She needs to. Just the way you said that.
Jesus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying touches and agrees. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's certain motherfuckers that, you know, you don't want, you know, touching on other people, you know, so, you know, shit. I don't want Mekhi Phifer to touch my girl, you know what I'm saying? And shit, she like that nigga mouth. I'd be like, hey, man, that's your nigga on TV again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You go, Dad, you told me you like that nigga lips. You know what I'm saying? Oh, goat mouth ass nigga.
Damn,
But you know, I'm sexy. I'm sexy. Yeah, there's a little hate.
Why you gotta have a goat mouth? He ain't got a goat mouth.
The nigga dude got hell of an overbite.
Lord,
I fucks with him though. His acting abilities are strong, but his shit is hard.
You like overbites? You like overbites? That's your thing.
Hey,
yeah. I just say don't be surprised when people treat you as you present.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, but to get the bag, you gotta make sacrifices. There's some people that's
no, but that's what I'm saying.
This shit they're not proud of.
Whatever you're willing to do for them.
Right? But at what point though? At what point do you say, hey, stop it?
But that's not our business. You know what I mean? If somebody want to climb up,
it is because your business is now public, baby. That's why Snoop is out here still sea-walking with his old ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I can guarantee you that the nigga don't want to be doing that or fucking with Martha Stewart. He'd rather be getting high, chilling, making music, and doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do the Dog and Pony show from time to time, but we have to accept what comes with that later on. And does she know that later on in 15 to 20 years, she might have to be doing a commercial while shaking her on the fucking ass? Cardi B twerking? You know what I'm saying? The original twerking. Oh, no, Saturday. So
before TV, right? We had the theater. We had the circus, we had the fair, right? The clowns at the circus, the performers at the fair. It's the reason why they wear makeup and costumes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we talk about the bearded lady. She can't hide.
Right.
We talk about the midgets. They can't hide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can talk about all the freak shows. What's happened is the freak show has taken center stage. The freak show is in the center of the ring of the circus. Right? But except now it's for everybody. Now you can't hide behind makeup if you want to get the bag.
Right.
People want the full exposure. And so all I'm saying is there are some people who are willing to sacrifice themselves. There's some people in wisdom. Right? Timing is everything. But I'm not going to judge nobody how they get their bag. All I'm going to do is make sure, like I said, that reminds you who you are. You got that bag. So all I'm saying is, just like I know Snoop ain't gonna be telling nobody not to smoke no weed because that would go against everything he believes in. Snoop, don't be telling nobody how to talk about they WAP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Snoop ain't necessarily telling her. Let's just keep it on weed for a second. Snoop isn't necessarily telling her to stop smoking weed. He's just telling her to switch from swishers to zigzags. Because you know what I'm saying? Right now you're killing yourself, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's doing. And I'm trying to tell you. I think so.
I mean, but if she wants to talk about it like that, she can talk about it like that. Like that's
which is right. That's why I keep smoking Swisher Sweets. However,
when we grew up, my parents were always on me like, Doodie, whatever you do, don't need that to a public. Right? I was always wanting to smoke weed public. Right. We grew up in that era where we wasn't scared of being out and smoking wherever we are. And like I say, the older generation look at us like, what the hell is wrong with these niggas?
But we lightweight did it low key because we was trying to be rebels though. Like nigga, what the fuck they gonna tell me? Nigga, I'm gonna smoke a joint.
Now though, right? For all them years they used marijuana and cannabis as a way to convict us, criminalize us. Now we got weed is the most popular shit they talk about.
You can go into a store.
Edibles. They got CBD. You feel what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that somebody has to set and be a rebel.
Uh-huh.
So we can't be mad at Cardi. Snoop was a rebel.
Can't be mad at
We
Cardi.
can't be mad at Cardi for being
She's not being a rebel.
because we don't know
Okay, but
what
look,
she is. You
but
know
this
why?
is how I look at it.
She's
This is how I
not.
look at it, Nito. Can I just tell you? Because we always going back and forth about
Talk
this.
to me.
Some women don't give a fuck about a man's respect. Some women are just trying to get
I'm not
that
asking them to get a man's respect. I'm talking to respect themselves.
back.
I'm talking about how they're going to divide themselves in 10 years from now. Like I
now
said.
Look at this. Now look at this. Look how men have been talking about women for all these years. Like, oh my gosh, like let me cover up and all. No, now we open. Look at these titties. Look at this ass, and this is what it is that you want to look, but you can't have like. I think that's women.
It's like this. It's like this. It's like this. The man Snoop ain't out there. He's not out there motherfucking dancing for dollars. He's not Magic Mike in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, his dress is barely hanging on. We talking about
that nigga got the Stevie Wonder cuz my nigga shit back here. My nigga shit sitting there, yes sir. You know what I'm saying? However, in 10 years from now, it's a lot easier for Snoop to see walk on stage than for Cardi to drive it like it's hot. That's what I'm saying. She's not going to be able to, if Cardi one day says, hey, I want to run for motherfucking president. You know what I'm saying? That she runs for president.
Not ever.
She bet, I'm trying to.
But she bet not ever.
Donald Trump is in the White House. How can y'all say that?
Right. Cardi could get it.
I can't stand him.
Cardi would get it off of fans alone.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
What I understand about the future. And what I want to impress on everybody going forward. 3 minutes left on the show. No matter what, popularity rules. Because when you can get people to move, most people are sheep, yo. So just like Snoop got his following, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he can push a line and do stuff way out the ordinary, like be with Martha Stewart, and all that stuff. And we can make Martha Stewart and cook at the barbecue and all that because she with the street tactics that we own because she don't be snitch, all that. There's going to be a point in time in the future where women are going to be empowered in a way to say, but here's why I'm glad it's being put out there.
The time more just now than ever.
Just like we warn our sons, watch out for them little whores out there. I can able to tell my daughter, just because he's a trick and he's spending money don't mean he about nothing.
Yeah,
just
I mean that's absolutely that's putting her
on. Don't mean he got the.
That's lacing her on game.
Man for you.
That's real shit.
But that's the example that has to be set because if Snoop Dogg can get a virgin and get a little habit to put his dick on her head, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I can make sure that my daughter know that it's not gonna stop somebody from looking at you pure. They're trying to dilute you. So just like I tell my son now, these girls, you looking at them, they can tell you what they want to tell you, and they smell good, and they feel good, and do all that type of stuff. But in the end, if you ain't spending no money, they might not respect you, son. That don't mean you're not respected. It's just this is the currency.
I think it just makes it like you were saying, putting all that out, it just makes it easy to separate those queens that you be talking about, Nito, from them city girls. You know?
Well, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that they stay well informed. You dig what I'm saying? It's our time to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Relax is going to be here tomorrow. I want you to tune in here on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Catch your boy Big Nito the Boss. I'm going to be lost in the sauce on Friday. So please take your time and tune in with me. You're here plugged in with Doodie Outlaw all throughout the week on 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Yeah, dude.
Putting up your gap.
I had to swallow.
I had respect for the lady.
Hey.
But now I take it all back. Cause you gave me what you pussy. And you didn't lick my balls. Leave your number on the cabinet. And I promise, baby, I'll give you a call. Next time I'm feeling kind of horny.
Hey, you know what's so fucked up? You know what's fucked up? I'm gonna tell you too.
You can't fuck that day, baby. Just stay back and open your mouth.
I said, how?
Never been a girl.